passing the ball too.
Well, there was the scoreline with 15 minutes left. It's Rangers 1, Celtic 1. The official attendance, incidentally, 43,650. So now it's the Rangers fans' turn to celebrate. Here's Tommy Burns getting it forward to Stark. Now Rogan. Good tackle by Nisbet. Well, I'm sure that Celtic wanted to settle on that lead a bit longer. The Rangers have hit back. Jan Bartram has only scored once before for Rangers in the first team. There's McCoy nodding it down to Durant. That's Bailey's clearance. Chris Wood's forced to go to escort that behind because Andy Walker gave chase.
Does always if Rangers are going to use a substitute. Graham Souness is back in the dugout, and he's leaving it to the lads who have got back in the game. It's always difficult to come on as a substitute in football. The speed of the game, and
so Ian Ferguson running out of space. It's a throw to Celtic. There's Rogan. Headed on by Nisbet. Up goes Derek White. Now McStay. Here's Billy Stark. Chris Morris on the outside. Now Bartram is very quick indeed. He'll have to be to get back on Morris. And the throw goes to Rangers. Bartram showing his tremendous acceleration there because Chris Morris himself is very quick indeed.
Well, he hasn't shown a lot of his forward play today, Jock, and you feel that maybe it's the whole occasion has been a big thing for him, and he'll be glad to get out of the road.
Here's Paul McStay again. The back heeler finds Stark. There's Bailey towards McAvenny. Chris Morris tackled fiercely by Roberts. The Celtic throw. Here's McAvenny. Appears to be held there by Bartram, and Morris getting a bit upset about that. Leaving his boot in. Bartram getting a bit irate. Chris Morris seemed to have slipped the Rangers fullback but couldn't get his left leg free. Well, an eventful afternoon for Jan Bartram. A tough first half, but scoring the equaliser for Rangers. There's Morris with a free kick. Just missed by Stark and turned away by Ian Ferguson. Well, let's see how close Billy Stark was to this. It was whipped across by Chris Morris. Too high for Andy Walker. In came Stark. He missed it by quite a bit, but it came off Ian Ferguson. So Billy McNeill now anxious again, looking at his watch in the dugout.
I would have put my wife and Billy Stark connecting with that one, Joe. So used to have seen him doing that over the years.
McStay's corner kick. It came off a Rangers head. That'll be another corner to Celtic. Well, you certainly have the impression now that another goal would settle the match. With 12 minutes remaining, Rangers 1, Celtic 1. Celtic on the attack. There's Tommy Burns with the in-swinger. It's in! It's come off Andy Walker. The header was by Rogan, but Walker got the last touch. 11 minutes from time, Celtic go in front once again, and it came from the corner kick. Andy Walker's 26th of the season, and I don't think he knew very much about it. The Rangers defence caught napping, in came Rogan, the header was off target, it came off the chest of Andy Walker, and Celtic are back in the lead.
Well, Jock, sometimes luck plays a part in football, and here it comes, the cross. Rangers marking a bit dodgy there, I would say. Young Ian Ferguson got caught standing, and the header deflected off Andy Walker.
So there's the scoreline, 2-1 to Celtic. Into the last 10 minutes of the match. There's Walters, challenged by Paul McStay. Well, it really is ironic in the sense that Rogan's header was a clear opportunity and one which he appeared to have missed because the header was certainly going wide until it struck Andy Walker. Nisbet's long throw, up goes Aiken. There's Derek Ferguson with Paul McStay. That'll be a Celtic goal kick and some respite for the Celtic defence. Well, you have to hand it to Celtic, Alec, to come back after going all square, to come back and take the lead again.
Well, right, they didn't sit on the, when it went to one each. They went and did something about the game. They went and won it. And I think at this stage now, I'd be very surprised if Rangers get back in now. They've had their lesson, Celtic, after losing the equaliser. I'm sure they'll tighten things up.
The referee Bob Valentine telling Pat Bonner to get a move on, considering that he may be wasting time. Here's Mark Walters. Ahead of him is Derek Ferguson with White, the escorting player. Well, that gives Scott Nisbet a chance to show his prowess with a long throw once again. Can Rangers come back? Well, this is almost as good as a corner kick, this throw from Nisbet. Pumped away by Morris. No one upfield for Celtic. Burns charges down that pass from Roberts. And you'll see it was Paul McStay who got to Jan Bartram to close him down and force that error. It's a superb performance from Paul McStay in midfield for Celtic.
Yes, I thought young Derek Ferguson took the honours in the first half, but the game has gone on now, and Paul McStay's get better and better, and of course his goal is capped. A magnificent performance all round.
The header forward by Paul McStay, and Celtic now obviously content to sit on this lead. They'll be taking no chances at all, I'm sure, in the closing minutes. There's McAvenny, careless one from Durant. Good play from Bartram. There's Ian Ferguson holding off Aiken, and Roy Aiken penalised for a late challenge on Ian Ferguson, which did Ferguson no good at all. Took a knock in the ankle. He's clearly furious about that, but Rangers have the free kick, which Roberts is in a hurry to take. Up goes Rogan, commanding the edge of the box. Now Nisbet. Lex Bailey stands off to let that run for the throw. Ian Durant picks up that throw from Rogan. Here's Nisbet. The referee indicating that was a dive by Nisbet. So it's a throw to Celtic. The header by Richard Goff. There's Rogan. Now McAvenny. Challenged by Roberts. There's Roberts again. Under pressure from McAvenny. There's Billy Stark going through the middle, and good play by Jan Bartram. Settling much better in the second half. Encouraged obviously by his equalising goal, but saddened to see Andy Walker put Celtic back in front. 7 minutes left. Here's Durant, robbed by McStay, who appears to be everywhere now for Celtic.
You just said it, Jock, he's everywhere.
That's back from Ian Ferguson to Derek Ferguson, but it's Paul McStay again. The pass picks out Andy Walker. Turned out by Roberts, and that's a throw to Celtic. Graham Roberts thinks he was fouled by Walker. Explaining that to the linesman. Grahamson is still not going on the field himself, looking very anxious indeed. There's Durant, lofting it forward. Up goes Derek White. Now Derek Ferguson to Ian Ferguson. He's had a much better second half, Ian Ferguson. Going a long way towards justifying the faith shown in him by the Rangers management. Nisbet back to Derek Ferguson. Well, you can assure Rangers will play to the very last second. Pat Bonner's committed. That's good goalkeeping once again.
Yes, big Pat Bonner did brilliantly there. Really positive and decisive. A lot of conviction in coming out for that. and he's hurt the young boy Ferguson in the bargain.
2-1 to Celtic, 5 minutes left. Well, Andy Walker jumping all by himself, well away from the ball. So Ian Ferguson clutching his left shoulder for Rangers. Wonder how much longer he may stay on the field. He was challenging Pat Bonner for that high ball, which Bonner won just a moment ago. It's back with Roberts. And now Bartram. Here's Ray Wilkins. Oh, good play by Durrant. He has Derek Ferguson available on the right. McAvenny coming back. Here's Nisbet. Fine deep cross. Chris Morris can't reach it. There's Ian Ferguson rather. Now Derek Ferguson. So appeals for a penalty kick waved aside, but Durrant caused the problems. Played wide there to Scott Nisbet by Derek Ferguson. The long deep cross missed by Morris. Played against him and then back towards Derek Ferguson. It's a goal kick to Celtic.
Yeah, a lot of frustrated faces now, Rangers, and you've got to feel a bit sorry for them because there was an important game on Wednesday, the quarter-final European Cup, and today they could go 8 points behind Celtic in the league, and that's a lot of leeway Celtic have.
There's Likes Bailey with the header into midfield. It's collected by Paul McStay. McStay not using McAvenny, who was offside, finding Tommy Barnes. And on the far side is Chris Morris. It's a tremendous finish to the match from Celtic. That's a good tackle though by Bartram. So Bailey goes to meet the ball. Well, complete commitment from Bailey. He did well for Celtic to keep the pressure on the Rangers defence. Here's McAvenny running into Wilkins. It's back towards Morris. He's away from Bartram. Another good chance. There's McAvenny. And what a save from Chris Woods. Superb play again on the right from Celtic. The pace of Chris Morris, laying it into the path of McAvenny for the snapshot. That's brilliantly turned away by Woods.
A magnificent save from Chris Woods there. That would have been it, finished completely, Jock, I think.
Well, just 3 minutes remaining. Rangers looking for 2 goals in all realistic terms because they must be thinking about a victory only today, and now facing defeat, the Celtic can cling to their 2-1 lead. Here's Andy Walker, led forward by Rogan. Ferguson hooking it forward, but it's gone for a throw to Celtic. There's Andy Walker switching play to the far side to Morris. Got Akers to operate in over there if he can control it quickly enough. Now going at Bartram, can he make the byline? Choosing to go inside, it's blocked by Goff. There's Morris again, now Paul McStay. Oh, that's good play again from McStay. Now Barnes. Celtic thinking about possession now as McStay finds Rogan. Challenge came from Nisbet.
Yeah, it was a marvellous piece of composure from Paul McStay actually. He just put his foot in the ball, said, "Oh, I'm going to keep this and I'll control the game now." And he did very well.
Here's Tommy Barnes, tackled well by Nisbet. Mark Walters at the corner flag, and that'll suit Celtic all right. They want to get the ball out of their Rangers. They have succeeded in getting the goal kick. Paul McStay, the dominant force in the second half for Celtic.
Well, it's been a great game, Joe, but there's been not one side has dominated for any long periods in the game. And that gives you a measure of the type of match it is. And there was at no stage in the game could you say that anyone could say which team was going to win. And that's the great mystery of the Old Firm and excitement of it.
Well, certainly a credit to the Scottish game, the pace and the quality, doing great justice to Premier League football. Here's Rogan, caught there by Walters, and the referee has given Celtic the free kick. We're into the final minute of the match. Celtic leading by 2-1. Referee Bob Valentine telling Roy Aitken to get on with it, but it looks to be beyond Rangers now. Now going into time added on for stoppages in the second half. Aiken pumps it forward, a sea of green and white behind Chris Woods. There's Nisbet. The layoff came from McCoy's to Walters. Good play again from Bailey, but no, he's been penalised for climbing on Ian Ferguson. So the Celtic defence funnels back again to face what may well be the last attack of the match from Rangers. Derek Ferguson thumps the ball in towards Richard Gough. Up goes Bailey. And there's Chris Morris. No qualms about the long clearance. Bartram being forced to hurry by McAvenny. And there goes the final whistle. Celtic are the winners by 2 goals to 1. And it looks as though they've taken a major step towards winning the league championship. The Celtic fans are overjoyed. It was a tremendous second half. Paul McStay giving Celtic a lead in 66 minutes. Then John Bartram equalised before Andy Walker knocked home the winner 11 minutes from the end. The Celtic are winners of a tremendous match. Alec Ferguson.
Yeah, a marvellous game. A credit to the game, a credit to their own clubs. And as I said, no one dominated, but the longer the game went, Paul McStay eventually controlled it. And there, with his goal, a marvellous contribution. He fought in the first half out with Derek Ferguson for the supremacy in the middle of the park. At the end of the day, he came through it, and I make him the man of the match and the most influential Celtic player.
So there's the final scoreline now. Celtic fans behind the goal to our left, celebrating in style. But the final score, Rangers 1, Celtic 2. Don't go away, we'll be right back with our studio guests in a couple of minutes.
And welcome back for the last time this afternoon to Scott Sport Old Firm Special. The final score at Ibrox, you've just seen the game and I'm sure you've enjoyed the action, was Rangers 1, Celtic 2. And that means that Celtic, if not perhaps guaranteed the championship, must feel in their hearts that they've taken a vital, decisive step towards it. 6 points clear, a game in hand, 8 games to play, and for the others, well, it looks a very daunting task indeed. Ian.
Thank you, Arthur. Gentlemen, you're chasing Hearts and Aberdeen. Sandy first, do you concede that it's Celtic's title now?
Well, obviously they look as if they're almost there, but you don't ever give in until it's mathematically impossible. But obviously they're in a tremendous position now.
Right, well, let's have a look back at some of the best of the action. Willie, I'd like you to talk us through this because it was a defensive nightmare, this one, the incident with Woods and Nisbet.
Yeah, well, I think the young lad said afterwards that he couldn't hear Chris Wood shout, but when you're in the box, I mean, there's no way you should be taking it down in your chest. I think it's always better just to put it out of danger's way.
Well, of course, that then led to Celtic taking the lead in a game that really could have gone either way, but a marvellous strike by Paul McStay. You've played a lot with him, you've seen him do this sort of thing before.
Yeah, well, Paul put the cross in, and the way Rangers defended the cross balls all day was suspect, and that's where it came from. He followed it back in. What a tremendous strike. A great goal.
I actually thought first time the ball just drifted by, but in fact, as we'll see on the replay, it hit the stanchion. Those sometimes can go anywhere, but when you've got a player of his class, then he means it, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he puts the initial cross in, and then he follows the ball in and ends up getting on the end of it again to stick it away.
And in an age when sort of shooting is a lost art sometimes from the edge of the box and outside it, it's a marvellous goal.
Oh, that's great. Fantastic finish.
Right, Sandy, the equaliser coming up now, and this was Jan Bartram's. Another great shot.
It's a great shot. It's going through a lot of players and it's right in the corner, so I don't think Pat Bonner had much chance of saving it. But I think the guy pulled himself out of the hole a little bit. You know, he was under pressure right through the game, and that certainly made his day a bit better for him. It's a great strike. Hit it, man.
Really, it was always probably going to be a Rangers defender that was going to score, because we weren't seeing a lot from their front players today, were we?
That's right. I think you've got to give credit to, you know, everybody talks about how good Paul McStay was and Derek Ferguson, but, you know, Alex Bailey's come in there, relatively inexperienced lad, and he hasn't given Alan McCoy the kick of the ball. You know, and that in itself sums up how good a game he's had.
Right, Willie, here's the winner.
Yeah, another cross ball again. Rogan had the chance to finish it himself. It was actually a bad header from him, but he had a clear header at goal, and it hit Andy Walker in the chest. He didn't know much about it, and it flew in.
Chris Woods had an exceptional game in terms of saving shots, but is there any blame attached to the goalkeeper on Well, going across him.
I wouldn't think so. I prefer to defend crosses as far out as that beyond the 6-yard line, but he manages to sneak in there and there's nobody picking him up at all. And he just didn't catch it right, but fortunately Walker was there and it came off his chest.
Listening to Alec Ferguson there, obviously enjoyed himself. I mean, there's marvellous sort of passion and commitment. That was a typical Premier League game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's plenty of passion, plenty of commitment, end-to-end stuff. It's what the punters want.
Sandy, you enjoy it?
Great game. The second half, the first half, we were saying at half time, it was a reasonable game then, but the second half, the goals obviously brought it to light a little bit. And Rangers, you know, the first 15 minutes, Rangers looked as if they were going to do it. But, you know, they didn't score. You know, a wee bit unlucky, maybe the one that Pat Bonner touches and it hits the top of the bar. If that goes in, it's a different game.
Good, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Willie's going off to Malta. Thanks for being with us this afternoon.
Pleasure.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, gentlemen. But before we go, an invitation to join us at Murrayfield Ice Rink in Edinburgh next Sunday, where in addition to Premier League football, we'll have the Scottish Ice Hockey Cup final between those two great rivals, Murrayfield Racers and Fife Flyers. We'll also meet tonight at Murrayfield in a vital League Championship match, face-off at 6:30. To take us out today, one more look at some of the action from this afternoon's game at Ibrox. From myself, our reporters and our guests, thanks for being with us. We look forward to the pleasure of your company next Sunday.